Hello. Happy New Year's, bitches. How is everyone? How's everyone, huh? Oh, I had this open wrong. Is there a delay or what? There's gotta be a delay. My God. Is everyone having a fabulous New Year's Eve? I'm in my bedroom, just so you know. There's gotta be a delay. Y'all know I got my Mountain Dew too. Oh my gosh, you guys already sending me stuff? Oh my Lord. 2024 is going to be better than before, bitches. This is our year. Right? This is our year. We said 2023 is for the HBICs, but this is 2024. It's going to be better than before. Right? This, okay, this right here, this is where we are all going to be standing in conviction. Conviction of who we are being. No, Jesus, Siri, don't start. Ugh. Right? Yes, love Suhaiti, yes. I'm feeling 2024 because I am new self. Hell to the yeah. Oh, and Limitless Queen Batch, I saw your comment. I was going quickly through comments, so I haven't responded to it yet. But I saw the movement you received today. Well done. Yes, Rhonda. It's a Mountain Dew kind of day. So I have roughly about an hour, and then I have to go because we got festivities downstairs. Okay. Hence why I'm up here. And I want a fresh piece of gum, so don't be grossed out as I switch that out. I'll do it off camera. All right. Mayhem Beauty, you need a zhuzhing? You need a zhuzhing? That's why I'm here, yo. Yes, Sophia, is it Giordano? Yes, it's movement. And don't you sit there be thinking that it's, you're getting movement from all these other people, but not your specific person. Don't think that way. It's easy for me to say that, but don't think that way. It will be your specific person too. Just notice the movement you're getting, even if it's from people you don't want. It's movement. It's evidence. It's validation of your shift in state. Continue doing it. All right. Patrick, I hate when Siri butts in too. I'll stick to my New Year's drink today. Ooh, Rhonda C., what are you drinking? Hillary, Happy New Year's to you too. I had 2 BBL guys obsessed with me, and then SP came in. See? That's how this works. That's how it works. We have movement every day, even when we don't see it. We are all on our drink. We are all on our drink. What do you got, Rhonda C? What are you drinking already, my friend? All right, let me get the super chats. Rhonda's feeling her drink already, which is a good thing. And we are glad she is sharing that energy with us here. All right. Manifesting Maven. Thank you very much. Happy New Year's, Kim. Happy New Year's to you too, my friend. Can you give some advice on some things for me? For one, advice on what to do when the 3D is overwhelmingly acting out in your face, aka child is acting up or throwing tantrums. Second, any suggestions on how we can test play with the malleability of our realities? My next level up is breaking linear time and solidity. Am I saying that right? Solidity on 3D in my mind. Ooh, I love that you're testing that. I love it. That's so sexy. I'm just going to say it. It is. All right. As far as when, you're having shit in your face in the 3D. And let me just say as a side note, remember, children are specific people too. I don't know about you, but it was initially kind of hard to look at my child and realize that he's a specific person to me too. You know what I mean? I know we're so all used to thinking of specific. Oops, losing her shit downstairs. You just didn't hear that. I think we all get so used to that thinking that specific people are love interests, but specific people is literally just specific. It can be anybody, and it can be our children. So if we are looking at our children as, especially as moms, we get used to tantrums or when we're expecting them to have one. Just think about it. We all brace for that impact. I know I did. And I didn't know about manifesting when I had my child. The early years, I'm saying. We all kind of know and dread and brace for impact when the tantrums are going to come, especially if they're public, like in the middle of the store, right? But they are specific people too. And we can choose to look at them specifically in a specific way too. Meaning deciding that, how wonderful it is that they're out of the tantrum phase. They listen so well. What a great job I've done as a mother that my child behaves so well, right? It's seeing them as their new self too. So there's that with the kids, right? Anybody, parents, mom or dads out there, see your kids as being good. No tantrums, listening, behaving, while also seeing them as absolutely loving their lives, right? As parents, let's give our kids good lives. Happiness too, right? So there's that. But I'm wondering if I'm going to answer this question as well as when it comes to a love interest specific person, because I'm sure somebody wants to hear that response in particular. So when you have to, I'm sorry, the fucking reflection on my glasses is bugging me, but I need it in order to read my goddamn super chats. I need them to read it. So it's not the best lighting in here either. When it comes to specific people, and while we're manifesting and we're still interacting with them in the 3D, right? This is why you've probably, I don't know if I've said it in live streams. I feel like I've said it in videos, but I can see the slight benefit when we feel we are in no contact, even though we don't want to label it as no contact, because truthfully, we're never in no contact, right? We're always connected in consciousness. But that's one of the benefits of being in no contact, is you don't have your specific person in your face, especially when they are still appearing as old self. And if we feel we are struggling with that, right? But when we still have to intermingle with them, Or maybe you're manifesting a change with a parent or a friend or a coworker or a boss when you still got to see them every day and they're showing up as old self. Like, let's just keep it real. That can be very frustrating, right? And especially when they're showing up like shit, it can feel like it's very easy to be kicked out of the state. First of all, I think that's a normal response because we are humans. And I cannot stress this enough. I have said this countless times on this channel. We were given our emotions and feelings for a reason because we're going to use them. I don't think it is, I don't think it's a good thing when manifestation peeps teach this from the place of you're failing if you respond to your 3D. You're failing. That's not true. We were given emotions and feelings for a reason. I don't think it's a coincidence that we were given, the ability to respond to anger or to fear or to hurt. Our bodies have that for a reason. Anyway, hence why I say you really can't do anything to mess up a manifestation. But if you are face to face with bullshit, what I suggest you do, number one, just keeping it on the logical side, you don't have to not react or respond, right? No one's expecting anybody to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. I can't say that enough. How do you think I manifested my relationship? It wasn't because I was being perfect. I was far from it. I had plenty of days of being, upset or responding to my 3D. I think that's like old news, though. I don't think we're all new to that thinking that you ain't got to be perfect. But you do need to remind yourself what's happening, especially if you are someone that has to intermingle with your person day in and day out. You've got to remind yourself of what you're doing and who you are. And I think we should always start with the whole truth of who we are, which is pure, unadulterated consciousness. From there, you are choosing to be a specific version of this concept of yourself, right? Who you are is not, we'll use me as the example, who I am is not Kimberly. Who I am is pure, unadulterated consciousness show up in human form as the concept of Kimberly. From there, I get to choose which version of Kimberly, right? My eye is bugging me. Glitter in my eye. Okay. So you got to remind yourself who you're choosing to be and who you're interacting with in that moment. If it's not the version of them you want to be, you've got to remind yourself that's the manifestation of old self. That's the manifestation of a state that you have forgotten that you embodied at one time or another. That's the manifestation of old self. There's nothing to panic over. How they're showing up in this moment does not determine the outcome. How they're showing up, especially if they're showing up in a way we don't like, that is not determining whether you get the fullness of your manifestation. That is a manifestation of old self, and it's nothing to worry about. If anything, even if it's a shit moment, it's still being twisted and turned into your manifestation, right? Because everything we're experiencing is a part of the unfolding. Even when they're showing up like twats, it's still leading us to our outcome. You got to remind yourself of that in those moments. And you also don't need to be sitting in a corner trying to hold in all your feelings and emotions because you secretly know you're manifesting. That's not living, right? That's not living life. That's not thriving. That's living in fear, right? And that's just existing. We want to thrive and keep rising in consciousness. So if you need to cry, cry. If you need to let it out, let it out. But remind yourself of who you are. And I said this also in other live streams that when I'm having an intermingling with my SP, and let's pretend for the conversation that we're having a tiff or an argument. There have been times where I feed right into that argument and I keep showing up as I consider it a limited version of myself because I'm feeding into it. I'm allowing it to bother me. I'm allowing it to bug me. I'm responding, but I'm responding from the limited version of myself. The version of myself that's believing in this 3D moment more than I'm remembering of who I am. And every time I'm responding from that mindset, I'm not ruining my manifestation. I'm making it more miserable for myself in that moment. And the fight continues. But mic drop, I'm telling you, mic drop moment, every single time I choose, even if we are still verbally blah, 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 at each other, every time that I've separated in here, who the fuck are you being, Kim? Who are you being? What are you doing right now? Is this old self or new self? Who the fuck are you being? My answer, especially if I'm feeding into it and being snarky bitch, blah, 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 back, I'm being old self or a close enough version to old self. That's who I'm being. But when I make the conscious decision to go back to who I want to be, I'm telling you, I cannot tell you how many times it's stopped. The argument stops and it's all better, all made up, all better, forgotten, gone. Every single time. And I know that sounds crazy, but I am telling you from my own living experience that happens every single time. When I make the conscious decision to remind myself who I really am, and I'm honest, as in authentically honest with myself, why I'm letting this particular moment, whatever the fight's over, this particular moment, why am I letting myself fall into believing in my 3D more? Why am I doing that? What am I allowing this argument to mean to me? Who am I really being? Is this pure, unadulterated, unconditional love consciousness right now? No, this is limited Kim bitch right now. I need to return to my decision. Every time I return to my decision, something ends that argument and we immediately make up. Every fucking time. So that's why I believe that reminding yourself of who the fuck you are in that moment matters and why it works. So that's what I would do, manifesting Maven. And how can we test play with the malleability of our realities? Linear time. Well, girl, you choosing to be a particular version of yourself is you transcending linear time and the solidity of 3D. You're doing it. I think my example of arguments with that speech is a good example of that, of it's transcending a circumstance. So I'm trying to think, if I were you, what I would be doing. I don't know. We want to test this. What about, oh God, who do I know that did like in your face, had an object appear out of nowhere? I know someone has done this. You could test it on something like that. I think personally, every single one of us has experienced that kind of instant reality shift, as far as having an object be there and then not be there. What did I just do? Oh my God. Okay, you just reminded me of something. Because I meant to share this on Friday, because it happened during the hot seat coaching group. And every time I was about to interrupt, I had more to say to answer, if you guys are new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a hot seat group. It's the paid membership channel. Hot Seat goes live together every Friday. And that's the group you get in. You can ask me questions, blah, 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 about your circumstances. I'll sit there and you got 15 minutes and we'll blah, 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 back and forth. Regardless, I was distracted and brought back into answering someone's question, but I meant to tell you guys. All right. So as we were on that group together, long story short, I had made a purchase. I have been trying to get my hands on, it's Too Faced Cosmetics. Their peach. I think it's called something else though, like Perfectly Peach. It's their setting powder. It's their peach setting powder. And I don't know that they actually make it anymore. So, you got to get like the after stock through whatever sellers on the internet may have it. Because I love it. It's my favorite setting powder. And if you taste that, it tastes like peaches, just so you know. So I had ordered it about a month ago, and it has not shown up. Okay. And I haven't been happy about it. And right before the live stream, I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Where is my peach setting powder? I want that, or I want my money back. Right. So that's what I was thinking before our session started on Friday. And right as we're starting, I'm thinking, why the fuck am I sitting here? Where is my peach powder? Why don't I just decide I have it? Why don't I just decide it showed up? You know, so in my mind, I'm like, I'm the virgin of self. I have my peach setting powder. I'm the virgin of self. I got my peach setting powder. While someone, I don't remember who it was giving me their circumstances in the hot seat. If I record that group, so in that group, you can see me fidgeting in as I'm listening. You guys can see me fidgeting in it, and I'm fidgeting. And I'm looking over here. I was looking for my little notebook because sometimes I'll write shit down as I'm sitting there. And I was looking for my little notebook and I couldn't find my pen. So I'm moving stuff around. I can't find my pen. I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm farting around with things on the side. And I see a package. I'm on my couch. I sit on this couch in this same fucking spot every goddamn day. I do most of my coaching calls from this spot, okay? So my laptop, a couple of my notebooks, and my purse is always here, okay? But it's my couch. It's not like I have piles of shit that I don't know is there. It's my fucking couch. It's my furniture. People sit on this, yeah? So I'm sitting there, and I had just recently brought down my work bag, which I keep my agendas and things in it, and I moved that, I put it on my couch that morning. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I put that bag there this morning. I moved that bag, and a Walmart delivery package is sitting there. I'm fidgeting with it. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This package? What the fuck is this? I pull this package. I'm still on the live stream. You could see me like down here. And I grab my scissors and I cut open my bag. What the fuck do you think is in that bag? My peach fucking setting powder. That Walmart package was not on my couch. I don't know where it came from. Like, I cannot stress to you, this couch, it's not like I have a plethora of things over on it's the chaise side of the couch. We sit on this thing. I do not recall receiving this Walmart package. Are you hearing me? I'm telling you, I had that moment, an instant manifestation moment. I know how crazy it sounds. Okay? I know how crazy it sounds. But that thing had to have, or it was a reality hop, which I stand more in that. That thing just showed up on my fucking couch in the middle of that hot seat coaching. I know it sounds cuckoo to any of you that are newer to this. Please be open-minded. I am telling you. It's been a month. There is no possible way that package has mysteriously just been sitting unnoticed on my couch. It's my couch, people. It's not my desk. See what I'm saying? It's not like a secret closet where we throw all the stuff we don't want to deal with in. Okay? It's my couch. It was there. It was there. I'm happy to have my peach powder. I was so fucking excited, and I wanted to tell you guys, but I got distracted with questions and then forgot. But thank you, Manifesting Maven, for just jarring my memory. But can you believe that? So there you go, Manifesting Maven. There's an example. So start doing that. But, oh my God, and we are talking about this. I get so excited over stupid shit, but it's 444. It's 444. Okay. You got to do this, Manifesting Maven. You've got to just decide whatever it is you want. It's here. It's already here. And we don't have to go looking for it, it will just show up, my friend. Just like I wasn't pawing through my couch looking to see, oh, will it instantly appear here? No. Before our group officially started, I was telling myself that's who I was. And then as I was searching for initially notebook, then pen, it's there. See what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I get excited over that shit. You know what I mean? Rhonda did it with her car keys. I remember, do you guys remember Jamie? We haven't seen Jamie in forever, but Jamie did it with her wallet, and that wallet had been missing for more than a month, if I am not mistaken. I mean, it's her success story to tell, but the little snippets I remember is Jamie lost her wallet and, was bummed out because she didn't want to have to go canceling all her credit cards. And I think she had cash in her wallet. And her and I think her SP tore her house apart looking for the wallet. And it was nowhere. And one of the places that she tore apart and looked very, very clearly with was underneath her bed. And for what, I don't know, I don't think she was looking for the wallet in that moment. I think she was doing something else and had to go underneath the bed and grab it. And there was the wallet. And in the most, in your face, she could not have missed it when she was originally looking for the wallet a month prior. I think it was a month, just whatever. And it was there. The way she described it from my memory was it was out in the open that had you just looked under the bed or just reached a hand in, it would have been nothing but visible. And it was not there before. It was not there. But she had done the same thing that I did. She just you know what? That's it. I'm not going to worry about it. I know that wallet. It's mine. I have it now. It's mine. Or something along those, I don't want to put words in her mouth, but she said something along those lines. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. The wallet is in one of the most in-your-face places right underneath her bed. So I'm saying this shit happens all the time, but I think we take so much for granted. We blow a lot of things off for coincidence. Or if you're like me, I used to just blame myself that, it was there the whole time, Kim. You just didn't see it. Well, in one aspect, you're right. I just didn't see it. It was there the whole time. I was in the wrong reality. I chose a different version of self and boom, it was there. See what I'm saying? So putting that against other manifestations like SPs or money or anything else, it's who you're being that lets you know what version of self you're being. It's who you're being that lets yourself know who you're being. You all should know it's going to be one of them. All right. Who you're being is letting you know what filtered glasses you're wearing, right? Who you're being, what version of self you're choosing to be determines what glasses you're perceiving your reality with. So if you've got the filtered glasses of, we'll use me. If I've got the filtered glasses on that, I don't have my peach setting powder. It never showed up. It was never delivered. Okay? If I was being that version, then I wouldn't have the glasses that could let me see and perceive my reality that I actually have that peach powder. It did get delivered, and it was sitting right next to you on your couch out in the open for everyone else to see except for you. So that morning I made that conscious decision that I was the me that had the peach setting powder, and boom, moments later it's on my couch because I changed my glasses. I have a new set of glasses on. So that doesn't just work with peach setting powder or car keys or Jamie's wallet. This works flawlessly with anything else we're manifesting too. But we are in a habit. We're in a habit of being particular versions of ourselves that listen more to the limits of the 3D. And the 3D has us fooled into thinking that we're limited by physical reality, and we're not. So transcend your physical reality. Demand things are here. Demand things are already in front of you. They're already, you know, under your roof. They're already here. Choose that. Choose to be the version of self that sees clearly, that does transcend time. And the thing about it is, manifesting maven, you're doing that all the time anyway. You're already doing it. You're just not perceiving it that way. So you start telling yourself that you're seeing it more clearly. That's so exciting. You gotta like be writing this shit down so you have your own evidence and that you can share it with us all. Because it's gonna happen. You're gonna do it. God, I love manifestation. That was a zhuzh. Limitless Queen Betch, thank you very much. Betch, SP and Jesus, okay. SP invited me over tonight, but then canceled because I started my cycle. I got upset, but just told him, okay, this is an old pattern tip. So first of all, this was movement. This was movement. Okay. So let's not decide that this is just for this moment, right? Hear me. Let's not look at it as, okay, here's the cycle again. Here's the pattern. No, this started out as movement. Who are we being? Who are we choosing to be? Return to that. Return to that. Let's not look at this as an old pattern. Even though, listen, logically and literally, I understand why we're calling it a pattern. But we're going to break that. We're going to break the habit of having patterns. We're breaking the habit of having cycles. We are new self, and new self only experiences the best from your specific person. That's who you're choosing to be. Return to it. And SP can show up differently, right? I know logically and literally what you heard or read, if it was through a text message from SP, but we know, okay, that was movement. That's still a part of my bridge of incidents or my unfolding to my manifestation. We're not going to label it a pattern because we're new self, and new self doesn't have patterns. New self doesn't experience patterns. New self is experiencing the best from her SP. And when our mind is noticing that it may look like an old pattern, no, that's a manifestation of old self. That's all that was. So there's nothing to panic over. This is still working. This is still unfolding. This is movement. This is movement. Movement, and it's a moment to remind yourself of who you are. This was just an unfolding moment. You're still getting what you want. You're still going to get your full outcome. See what I mean? And who knows? Maybe for some reason, for your unfolding, for your bridge of incidents, you needed to be here tonight. Maybe this was a part of the unfolding. You needed to be here tonight on this live stream. Maybe that was a part of it. You see what I'm saying? I didn't catch that. Well, Siri, nobody gives a shit if you didn't catch it. Anyway. Well, of course, Limitless Queen Betch has also sent another super chat. You shouldn't eat a clock because it's too time consuming. Oh my God, the dad jokes. What would we do without the dad jokes? These live streams just wouldn't be the same without the dad jokes. We love you, Limitless Queen Betch. Kate Johnson, thank you very much. Member for 5 months. Happy New Year, Kim. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you for all of your big sis support to us HBICs this year. May 2024 be amazing for you. You used your free member super chat for that. How sweet, Kate Johnson. That was so sweet of you. Thank you very much. And I am intending for all the HBICs that this year be the most amazing year yet. Not the most amazing ever, because we're going to keep having amazing years. But it can be the most amazing so far. That's how we'll word it. All of us. This is our year. Monica N., thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. I want some tips on handling friends and family pressuring you to date others and move on while you are manifesting SP back to be married. Okay. So why don't we decide, Monica, that you are the version of yourself that is only experiencing support from your friends and family members, or better yet, support and respect to keep their fucking opinions to themselves. That's who you are. You're the version of yourself that only experiences friends and family being completely supportive or they shut their fucking mouth. That's who you are now. People know to keep their opinions about your love life to themselves, as they should. As they should. Yeah, that's who you are. Your new self. New self doesn't have to hear this bullshit anymore. Nope, that's your old self. So we know that when we're having the experience of them giving their fucking opinions to you that you're not interested in, when they're sharing their unwanted opinions, we know that's a manifestation of old self. That's all that is, right? We don't have to be triggered by it. We don't have to be upset by it. If nothing else, we can look at it as, oh my God, I hope they're enjoying their last time telling me shit I don't care about. I hope they are. I hope this is the best moment for them as they're experiencing the last time they will share unwanted bullshit with me. This is amazing. I'm so glad to be a part of the last moment of them running their mouths about shit I don't care about. Because new self doesn't have to listen to this shit. New self doesn't experience that because people wouldn't dare share their unwanted opinions about shit I don't care about. I love being new self. And yeah, I know that sounds a little snarky, but so what? It's your reality. And you should be expecting that people show up and treat you with love and respect and not say things to you about your personal love life. I don't like that anyway. I don't like that because I don't do that to people and I don't want it done to me. And when I was someone that was not really on top of her game in the love department, when I was someone that was heavily a victim in her love department, that kind of shit used to very quickly kick me out of any potential beneficial state. It would hurt my feelings. I used to get really upset by it. So that's why I have such disdain for it. I don't know why people out there, it's probably number one, because I have a belief that there will always be someone, giving their tips on how you should live your life. I think that there's always going to be somebody that does that. So that's why I hear it or hear about it now in the 3D. But I will tell you, I didn't handle it nicely. I'll be honest. I would get very triggered and upset. And, I would get very mouthy in my 3D to anyone saying things like that about love, about my love life in particular. I don't know why people do that. We need to decide that people don't. But for now, you're going to be new self, and new self no longer has to experience things like that because your family respects your decisions, as they should, and so do your friends. They respect your decisions. Okay? Poop is confirming that you should be affirming that to yourself. It's so rude. It is so fucking rude. And, like I said, I'm not trying to get you to be a snarky bitch like me, but I would often say, what about your love life allows you to think that I would want any advice from you? You don't have what I want. You're not living in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship like what I want. So why would I want your fucking advice? You can't even do it yourself. Why would you feel so comfortable to think that you could say something to me like that? How dare you? I would lose my mind. I feel for you. Do you see how I am so passionately wanting to defend you? I just don't like when people do that to others. It's judgmental, it's rude, and it's hurtful. Unless, of course, you specifically asked for the advice. Now, that's a little different, right? If we're sitting there and asking someone, like, what do you think I should do with my love life? What do you think I should do? That's different. You're opening yourself up to it. You're inviting it. But when you're not, and people just do it, Now, granted, we've got to keep it real. When it comes to manifestation side of it, we know why it's happening because we have a belief that it's going to happen, or we have a belief that I know they don't like my specific person, or I know they're going to ask me questions and tell me I'm stupid doing A, B, and C. They're reflecting us in that moment, right? So the very few people that did it to me, coworkers, I had a belief. And they reflected it. And that's why it was happening, right? So I had to take ownership of that. I will be honest with you. In those moments, I didn't take that ownership. In that moment, I was heavily a victim, and I heavily victim-y responded. However, they didn't ask me any more love questions, I'll tell you that. But I'm not saying you got to be a snarky bitch like I was. You're the new version of self who is experiencing nothing but love and respect from your friends and family. And they keep their nose out of your love life. Okay? Yeah, it worked in the end. It sure did, Drew. It sure did. Okay. Peaches Bouvier. I think I'm saying that right. What's that? I think for some, it's their way of saying you're a catch. Hated you. I agree. That's what, you know what? To a point, I agree. And by to a point, I mean, our friends and family, I'm making the assumption, our friends and family love us and they want to see us happy. So I don't always think that they're saying anything like that to us to hurt us. If anything, they're probably saying it because they want to see us living our best lives. So they have the best intentions. That's my belief anyway. And again, my experience wasn't with friends and family. It was with coworkers who I already didn't like. So that's some of the reason why I was experiencing what I was. But as far as Monica, it could be that they love you and they want to see the best for you. However, unsolicited advice is called unsolicited advice for a reason. It's unsolicited. It's not asked for. So then shut the hell up. Right? So I think that deciding you're experiencing love and respect and people staying out of your business. I keep getting specific of that one because I don't think that anyone should be sincerely judging another or telling another person who they should or should not love. I think it's shitty. And I have the mindset that I love my family members. I love my best friends. I love them and I want the best for them. And I wouldn't start telling them not to see someone anymore or to give up on someone if I wasn't asked. I wouldn't do it because I know that would hurt their feelings. And I will not do that without being asked. You see what I'm saying? I try to think about how the other person would feel. So I know I wouldn't do it. I don't think anybody should. And I do think, unfortunately, a lot of people in this world are judged on who they love. And I think it's wrong. Love is love. And yeah, that's just my opinion on it. Greg T, totally agree. Totally agree they are. Okay, Peaches Bouvier. If I'm practicing being I am unconditional love, do I do it in imagination or my 3D? And that should bring all my individual desires? Okay, so if I'm practicing being I am unconditional love, do I do it in imagination or my 3D? Well, I'm going to say you're going to be doing it in both. But as far as, I think you need to be a little more specific of what you mean by that, because practicing being I am unconditional love, you already are unconditional love. So do you mean that you are practicing the connection, the understanding, the knowing of who you really are? And when you're asking me, how do I do it in the 3D? What do you mean specifically? Do you mean, am I walking around carrying myself as if I am in the knowing of who I am? Yeah. Yes to that then. But I feel like you have something specific you're thinking about. So why don't you give me that? Let me know specifically what you mean. And listen, when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to really knowing who we are, your God power, your Jesus is your imagination, right? If you don't believe in those, then your universe is your imagination. So I know that sometimes we think of imagination as a separate thing that we access. Every time you sit and ponder something, you're in imagination. We're always accessing our imaginations. So unless you're talking about having the connection, an experienced connection with self, like through meditation, that's quieting the mind and, trying to quiet it altogether, quiet the surroundings so that you can just focus on the expansive nothingness, right? But as far as the carrying yourself, I think that even if you weren't putting the focus on your I amness, on the unconditional love, just deciding who you are, well, let's say you're manifesting something specific, like money. You would be carrying yourself as that new self anyway. That's conscious manifestation, right? The who we're identifying as. That's why I want you to be a little more, there we go, hold on. Do I need to look at my 3D circumstances? Example, traffic. Do I say to reassure myself, this is fine, everything, and I am love? Or is that totally wrong? No, it's not wrong. And whatever feels good to you would have been right anyway, would have been the right way to do it anyway. See what I mean? So let's pretend I didn't even have this live stream today. And let's say that you've been just walking around in life, putting the focus on being unconditional love, knowing who you really are, and doing your best as you're walking around your daily life to remind yourself of it when you find yourself being sucked into 3D circumstances like traffic. Like, oh my God, there's so much fucking traffic here. Or, all right, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. I know who I am. And somehow, some way, this is getting to me where I got to go. It's going to be okay. This is going to be a quick experience. Nothing to stress out over. To recenter yourself, that would have been right. That would have been the thing to do. Because this is an individual journey. So like when people ask me, what are the right affirmations to use to manifest A, B, and C? What do you think the right affirmations are? Because you're in charge of your reality, and whatever feels good to you is the right way to manifest. You see what I'm saying? So I want you to walk away from this knowing that whatever you come up with, if it feels good and you feel like it's you connecting to your I amness, it's you knowing who you are and knowing that if I'm doing this, if I'm putting my focus here, it's going to lead me to all my outcomes, whatever I'm manifesting. That would work successfully, and it would have been enough. It would have been the right way to manifest. You see what I mean? It's kind of like when, people who like to robotically affirm and people who don't, they just want to visualize. Both people are right? If you go with what feels good to you, that's right. That's the right way to manifest. And both different thinking people will both manifest successfully because they're in charge of their own reality. So your answer is always, it'll be right. See what I'm trying to say? That's why I say all the time, you just decide you're doing everything right. and that everything's leading you to where you want to go. And if you're thinking that, well, because you're thinking that, because you're believing that, that will work. Thank you. It was hard to explain, but you got it. Good, Peaches. Good. Well done. All right. Thank you very much. Been telling myself I'm in a loving and committed relationship with SP, but realized then I'm thinking about him. I keep remembering how he only wants to be friends. What should I affirm? I hate this friend zone shit. Okay, you got to stop identifying with that friend zone shit. You got to stop identifying with it. You got to, when your mind is taking you in the direction of remembering every time he told you that that's all he wants, that's a moment to say, I'm not her. I'm not that old self. I'm new self. And new self is having a full, loving, fulfilling, committed, full-on relationship with SP. That's who I am. Okay? Then your mind throws you a thought, well, honey, he told you he only wants to be friends. Who asked him? Who asked him? We're not trying to be in a committed relationship with that version of him. He can be friends with whoever he wants to be friends with and have friend zone shit. That's not me. That's not who I'm intermingling with. I'm choosing the version of him that wants the relationship with me. So all these past memories have nothing to do with me. They have everything to do with old self. That's not who you're choosing to be. Remember, listen, and this ties in along with revision. When you are choosing to be in a specific version of self, all right? So we got the version of you that has had the experience of being told by him that he only wants to be friends. In that moment, in that reality, or you can look at it like time track or film roll, all the different words we use, reality. And that reality, he was reflecting whatever limited beliefs you have around love. So for example, this is just for the sake of conversations, right? Because I don't know for sure, because you and I haven't had a full-on conversation. We're going to say the not good enough belief. All right. So old you had the belief of not good enough. He reflected that perfectly by letting you know, bitch, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. We can be friends and only friends. He was doing his job. He was showing up as a particular version of himself, reflecting you and your limited beliefs. Well, now you're choosing differently. You're choosing to be the version of yourself that is in the awareness of being more than good enough, of knowing that this is the version of you who accepts that someone can love you just for you, who knows that this is the version of you who can accept that someone can make you a priority. They can choose you. They can love you for you. They can commit themselves to you. This is a totally different version of the version of self that created the friend zone relationship. So you are upheavaling from this reality and jumping to this reality. So when the memories are coming up about how he said he only wants to be in a friendship or be friend zone shit, friends with benefits, that memory belongs to old self. But when you decide to sit in it and think about it and remember and relive those moments, you hop right on back to that reality. We don't want to fucking do that. We don't want to do that. We want to hop our asses right back here by telling ourselves that we are new self. Nope. That bullshit, that shitty version of him, I only experienced that because of my limiting beliefs from old self. I'm not her anymore. I've left her behind. I love her. I don't hate her, but I'm not her. I'm the version of self that only has loving, fulfilling, committed relationships with the people of my choice. And I'm choosing the version of him that wants a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with me. That's who I'm choosing so that I can hop my ass here and stay here. so that that full loving version of him can show up. Do you see what I mean? So even if right now in this minute, he just sent you a text saying, I only want to be friends, bitch. I know in that moment, literally, logically, that might be upsetting, but only is it going to be upsetting if you're still believing and choosing your old self. If your new self and see a text like that, it's going to go whoop, right over your fucking head because you know differently. You know that that's a manifestation of your old self and there's nothing to worry about. You're in the midst of the unfolding. These realities are different. The circumstances might appear the same, but they're not the same. Your interpretation, your perception of them will be completely different because you are a new you. This is exactly why I have given the example before that from my own personal experience, okay? When I've shared with you all how I had that shitty September in 2022 and how I had to take a readjusted look at me, authentically looking at me, what I'm really believing about myself, especially in my love category. I had to start deciding I was a new self, a different self. Was my 3D instantly appearing different to me? No. Did I still have days where I was upset? Yes. But I kept doing it anyway. I kept choosing my new self. Despite how many times I would fall right back out of it, get triggered, and have to go back. I still returned. I returned. And then I got here. I got into new self. And it felt fucking amazing. And when I got there, especially as my 3D started really readjusting its appearance to reflect the new me, my memories of all the relationships, okay? So I'm talking even the relationships before I knew about manifestation. None of them feel like me, like I was the one experiencing them. I don't have that feeling of connection to them at all anymore. I have the memory of the experience, and to be honest, most of the memories are very muddied. But I don't feel like I'm the me that lived them. And I knew how crazy it sounded, but I understand why, and I hope you all do too, that it's because this wasn't the version that experienced them. My old self, my old victim self experienced those relationships and why she was carrying the baggage from those experiences because she was carrying the limited beliefs around with her. I ain't. That's why they feel different, because I'm different. I don't have those same beliefs anymore. And it's why I don't experience the reflection of those beliefs anymore. See what I mean? When I first started choosing new self, my reality didn't look different to me. But I kept choosing it anyway. And the circumstances began changing, right? Changing, shifting around, because I left that reality. When we talk about quantum jumping, right? Reality hopping. I don't know about you guys, but I know initially I had the idea of like a science fiction movie. But I now do not think that that's what it feels like to reality hop. I think we have been reality hopping our entire existence. And it is so fluid. It doesn't necessarily feel like we've gone anywhere. But the way we perceive and see out here is different. See what I'm saying? So the world around me, or around you, because this is your question, may appear the exact same, right? SP could possibly still show up as twat right now, But how you interpret how he's being right now is telling you who you are, who you're being. So this is why I say, return to your decision of who you want to be. Return to it anyway. And as you keep choosing it, your perception of him is going to start changing. And therefore, he's going to start changing. Don't overthink it. I used to overthink. Don't overthink it. I think it's a lot more fluid than we really think it is. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Yeah. You quantum jump summer poscus by making a decision of who you are, choosing which self you are. That is how you reality jump. But I think our logical, literal minds get so wrapped up with the logicalness of our reality that we think we didn't jump. But yes, we did. And it's instant. This is why I also say that when you make a decision to be a particular version of self, the state shift is instant. Your 3D might not appear like it was instant, but it is instant. That's why you keep choosing. Anyway. Well, hello, Lone Wolf Heart. We all wish the same for you. Stacy, you're going to join the zhuzhing group? Awesome. Happy New Year's to you too, Claire. Claire, this is going to be your year. 2024 is your year. What do you mean by be new self? How can you dumb it down? You mean Kim it down? Whatever it is you're manifesting, what do you think it would actually feel like if you had it right now? So get into your imagination like a Barbie doll or like a G.I. Joe doll and think about, what do you think life would be like if you had it? The answer, listen, I think some people get so literal, so logical, like, I don't know how it would be. I've never had it before. Well, then why do you want it? You want it because you think it's going to make you feel a certain way, or you think your life is going to look a certain way. What is that thing? What do you think your life is going to look like if you have it? You can't answer this wrong, right? There is no perfect answer. Whatever you think, okay, whatever you literally think it might be is the right answer for you, okay? So when I was saying to myself, well, who is new self? I defined who my new self was. She's the version of me that loves her life. She's the version of me that wakes up with no more anxiety sitting on top of her chest the moment she wakes up in the morning, because that's what my life was like. She's the version of me that, like I said, doesn't wake up with anxiety anymore. She's the version of me that knows she's crazily loved by her person. She's the version of me that is just comfortably secure in that relationship. She's the version of me that seriously doesn't have to worry anymore. Doesn't worry about what's going on with SP. Where is SP? Is SP going to text me? She's the version of me that doesn't give a shit and loves life and is happy in every single area of her life. Now, obviously, I got really specific on what that looked like, and I wrote it down. And so once I had that for me on paper, because I'm a paper product girl and pens, from there, while you're writing this down, if you're not a writer, put it in your phone. Who cares, right? When you're telling yourself what you think it might be like to be that new person, to be the new you, you can't help but get into your imagination as you're writing it down. You can't help it. You're using your imagination to come up with the answers. So while you're doing that, you can't help but to start feel just a teeny bit different, just for a few moments. And by different, I just mean you're escaping for just a few moments the reality that you don't even want to be in anyway. You're escaping it because you're allowing yourself to just think about life what the hell it would look like if you had whatever it is you're manifesting. From there, you just start telling yourself that I'm her now. That's who I am. I'm the new me. That's me. That's who I am. I'm the new me. I didn't reread my list every day. I just told myself that I'm new self. I'm new self. Because I knew that I knew already what new self means. Trust your mind. I know this community kind of teaches us to not trust our mind, right? Trust your mind. You wouldn't have been able to even come up with something to write on that paper if it wasn't already in here. Okay? So, you just start telling yourself, I'm new self. That's how to be new self. For some people, they enjoy really getting into a feeling state. Feeling like new self. Okay? My answer to that is, if that feels good, do it. I'm going to tell you that I didn't feel like I was new self every single time I told myself that I was her. I didn't. I had days where I felt like nothing. I felt like just neutral, normal self, like the old self, I'm saying. But I kept telling myself I was new self anyway. We don't have to force ourselves to feel anything. We don't have to force that. You're just telling yourself in here a new story. It's like saying goodbye to your old life, your old self, and saying hello, welcome, come on in, new self. There's no other deeper way to look at that, meaning there's no other rules. Your imagination is the answer. So that's how you be new self. You start telling yourself you're that person. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope. Man, there's so many summers now. Before that, I don't think I knew any summers until I had my channel. Now I know 1, 2, 3. Summer, you don't feel it today? That is okay. I had days I did not feel it. It's okay. You're still choosing it though, right? You're still telling yourself that you are new self, right? Then you've got nothing to worry about. Damn right. That's right, Summer. All right. Amber, thank you very much. Hi, Kim. Been sad missing SP, but I know deep inside that we'll end up together, even if I can't see it in the 3D right now. Well, that's right, Amber. That's right. But, all right, why are you sad? Why are you sad today? So when you say you're missing SP, what are you missing specifically? Their physical body? Your SP's physical body? Because SP is not gone. SP is still here. You're still connected in consciousness. Right? I know it doesn't feel like we're connected in consciousness. I know that. I didn't feel like it either. So what I did when I was in that scenario is I had inner conversations with SP. That made me feel better. You could, in this moment be having an inner conversation with SP, hear him telling you what you need to hear. Maybe right now it would feel good to have your specific person tell you that, he or she loves you. That he or she loves you, wants to be with you, wants to be pushed out into this physical 3D too. Tell yourself that. Hear it in your person's voice. If you can't hear the voice, don't worry about that. That doesn't mean it won't work. But go there. Get into your imagination and imagine your person being with you right in this moment. Imagine kissing your person at midnight. Imagine it. You'll have the full physical experience in the 3D. Imagine it. What are we talking about? Does pulling tarot cards count as checking the 3D in your opinion? Truthfully? Yep, in my opinion. Let's just keep it real. We talked about this in the last live stream. So I'll say this to preface. I don't give a shit what you do in your 3D reality. Okay? I know that there are plenty of people still dabbling with tarot cards or psychic readings. I get it. What you use as your placebo is it's your reality. You do what you want. But let's keep it real. Why are we doing it? Manifestation is a journey of authenticity. Authenticity. And by authenticity, I mean authentic to yourself. You don't have to be authentic with me. You got to be authentic with yourself. When you are reaching for the tarots or going to a tarot reader, blah, blah, blah. And again, I'm friends with tarot readers. I have several, okay? So it's nothing against them. But when a person is seeking that, okay, this is what Neville Goddard talked about, the pearl of great price. Leaving things, like that, like astrology readings, psychic readings, tarot card readings, leaving that all aside because it is outside of you, right? We don't want to seek 3D validation. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't stupid. I know we're manifesting to experience something in our 3D. I know this, but we need to be real. We're in this moment, okay? Grabbing a tarot reading or our own personal deck and doing a reading. In that moment, we are doing it to feel better about our manifestation, period. So I know that, the honest tarot readers will tell you that whatever the cards tell you is just reflecting your own energy and it's nothing that can't be changed if you want it changed, right? And, in one aspect that is true because we're always experiencing our reflection of our beliefs back to us in the 3D. But if you know that you are someone that would get upset if the cards said something like you can't be with your person or it's going to be 100 years till they come back, and that would upset you because you're believing those cards so deeply, then authentically, I am putting my trust, my belief in my 3D. I'm not putting it where I need to put it. I'm putting it out here. And there's a part of me that still is, we'll just say, thinking in fear of not getting the manifestation or the fear of, whatever happening with whatever it is you're manifesting. It's outside. It's outside validation. And pulling a tarot card is absolutely no different than going to your specific person's social media and going through their pictures or going through their friend list. It is exactly the same thing, truthfully. But again, I know some people like to do placebo shit. Like there are people that love their crystals, or there are people who love, I'm trying to think what else is out there. Moon water. What else is out there? I know there's others. I just can't think of them right now outside of tarot or psychic readings. So I know that some people like their placebo shit. And if that makes you feel like if you do or use those things that it's helping you manifest better, I don't give a shit. I don't care what you do. But you know as well as I do when you are looking to hear something like a tarot card reading, you are just wanting to feel better in that moment. You want the person reading those cards, or if you're doing your own cards, you want the cards to say, everything's going to be okay. you can have your manifestation. That's why you're doing it. Because right now you're doubting something and you're being old self. And I only know that because I was the girl going and watching a fucking tarot TikTok. Like, can't even tell you how bad I was. Scrolling, and hoping that they would say, you know, a person's returning to you, blah, 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 so that I could feel better for the 2 minutes or 3 minutes if it was a longer video. Do you see what I mean? I knew why I was doing it. I was doing it because I was in a victim state. And I wasn't believing in, you know, being in the state of having my desire. I didn't believe it. And I was afraid I wasn't going to get my person back. This is a journey of authenticity. We have to put the faith here. Put it in here. In your own I amness or consciousness. Put it in self. You have the answer to everything right now. You just don't believe it in this moment. See what I mean? See, I feel low-key it's for the extra validation for me. See? At least you're being authentic. Anybody using those cards are using it for that reason. Keeping it real. But regardless, Amber, do the inner conversation. That's what I would do. That's what I did. Well, Happy New Year to you too, Mindset with Sally. Christine, you are welcome. Listen, if it makes you feel better to know, I was the girl that if an astrology report said that, you know, this person isn't a good match for you, I was the bitch that would break up with people because of that, okay? I was that person. I remember dating one guy, I was so into him. I liked him so much. He was so hot. But the fucking astrology report said we ain't going to be a good match. And I was like, you know, this isn't going to work. I'm sorry. I can't see you anymore. You're such an idiot. Ugh. I did all sorts of dumb shit. What? Yeah, I see what you, like, yes, Amber, I see what you're saying. Like, they would say something would happen and it wouldn't, so it would throw me off. I think, listen, remember when I was telling you that I was the person going to the tarot TikTok shit? Oh my God. If I scrolled on one and it said something negative, I would lose myself crying. I would lose it. I knew this wasn't going to work. I knew it felt different this time. He's acting so different. Tarot card said he's not coming back, so God damn it, I can't have him. What the fuck? Oh my God, I would total meltdown. Greg, member 4. Wait, hold on. I just lost you. There we are. Okay. Member for 25 months. Oh my God, Greg. 25 months. I love this. Okay. Happy New Year's, Kim. Happy New Year's to you too, my friend. So I've been thinking that I wanted a quiet New Year's Eve for SP and I were going to go to a party, but we ended up getting strep and COVID. So we're just going to have a quiet night. Oh no. Well, Greg, you know you're a damn master manifester. Oh no. Strep and COVID? Well, I am intending that you feel better immediately. Both of you. I can't believe that. Like, listen, oh my God, you gotta be careful with your words, Greg. You gotta be careful. You're a little bit too powerful. Man. Leaners 2.0, member for 20 months. Happy New Year, Kim. Thank you for everything you do for all of us. Here is to all of us getting what we want in 2024. Hell yeah, Leaners. Hell yeah. Absolutely the same to you. Member for 20 months. Look at all my OGs. Love that. Ruby B, thank you very much. Hubby said next year we will be decorating our house for Christmas. We are not living together yet, but he's already thinking of a future with me again. Yes, Ruby B. Hell yes, congratulations. That's fucking movement. That's movement, okay? Well done. That's wonderful. Sampurna? Ghosh, thank you very much. Just had a chat with my SP and he just seemed to be wanting one thing. No emotional stuff at all. Just casual stuff, and hung up after that and left me sad and weird. Feels like a bad start to 2024. Well, I suggest you feel a little different. Let's not take that attitude. Why are we letting the manifested version of him? Yeah, manifested. Okay. The manifested shit version of him. Why would we let the manifestation of old self dictate to us how 2024 is going to be? If anything, we should be using that as the fuel of, oh, hell no. Oh, no. No, we're not casual, motherfucker. We're in a long-term, loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. And that's what 2024 is going to be showing me, because that's what I'm choosing to be. I'm the me who's having the experience of the most amazing relationship of her life. That's who I am. That's what my 2024 is going to look like. So thank you for that jet fuel for change. That's how we should be looking at that. And that goes for everyone. I have been trying to change it for so long, nothing has changed. Okay, who are we being right now? Who are we being? And let me ask you, what have you been doing to change it? What specifically have you been trying to change for so long? Now, if I had access to all of your thoughts for this long time, what am I going to see? Am I going to see you choosing to be the version of yourself that is in the most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with him, and the same version of you that is not allowing the 3D to dictate to you who you are? Am I going to see that? Or am I going to see that kind of stuff when you're having a good day, and then when the 3D doesn't look the way you want it, we're back to thinking this is not working? Which one am I going to see more of? Keeping it real. Mental diet and affirmations. I've tried changing his attitudes toward me. Okay. Are you changing him, or are you changing you? Mental diet. Listen, I'm glad you asked this, because let me just say it, because I don't think you are the only one probably in this position. Mental diet doesn't include pretending to not let things bother us. Mental diet doesn't mean stifling our emotions and our feelings. Mental diet doesn't include ever beating ourselves up for what we've manifested. Mental diet does not mean fear of acknowledging our hurt feelings over a 3D that we're not happy with. That's not mental diet. I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm saying I'm defining that for a minute. Mental diet really, truthfully, could be easily summarized with if I find myself thinking like my old self, I remind myself that I'm not her anymore. I've made a new decision. Mental diet. It's being observant of our mind. That's a mental diet. It's not always taught like that, though. Saying affirmations about SP and only SP. Not going to bring us what we want. It's going to bring us hot and cold. I'm not saying we can't affirm for SP. I'm saying your priority, your number one spot should be who you are, who you really believe you are. A lot of people manifesting change with their specific people start this journey putting all the focus on getting SP to change. That was me too. It did not bring me what I wanted. It brought me hot and cold, just like it brings everyone else hot and cold or nothing at all. You are the only person in this equation. And what I mean by that is what you believe about your person matters. It's included. But it's what you believe about them. You. So it's back to you being the most important person in this equation. You're the only person in the equation. Your specific person is not in this equation. I know that probably doesn't make logical sense, but they're not. You're it. And what you really believe about yourself matters. So this is why I say you can affirm all damn day long that SP loves me, 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 SP loves me. But if we haven't decided that, no, I'm the version of me that is having that experience because I don't have limited beliefs around love anymore. I know exactly who I am. I'm the version of myself that knows, confidently, comfortably, securely knows, is having the most amazing relationship of her life because I know what it feels like to be my number one. So someone else can make me their number one too. I know I deserve and am worthy of being a priority to anyone in my life. I know that I can be chosen. I know and believe that I'm it in my reality. There's no one above me in my reality. Certainly not specific person. I'm it. And I'm the version of myself experiencing love and respect from everyone. I expect that because that's who I am. And when I see manifestations from my old self, I don't shit myself. And I don't look at it as, well, fuck, this is a shitty way to fucking start 2024. This don't feel very good to me. No, I see it as old self shit. That's a manifestation of the old me. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to stress that because I don't want that lame ass version of him anyway. I'm new self, and new self only experiences the best because I know I'm worth that. Not from a place of anger, from a place of knowing. That's got to be the number one. That's got to be the number one. You've got to be the number one in your reality. Now listen, I'm not picking at you, okay? I'm just saying, this journey, the answer to every question is self. What is self believing? What do I really believe I'm capable of manifesting? Do I really believe that this specific person could ever really be the version of himself that loves me, chooses me, wants to be with me? I will tell you, honestly, I couldn't say yes to that answer. I couldn't. And I had been pretending that I wasn't believing that. Oh, of course I could, because he was so good to me in the beginning of our relationship. He was so good to me. Yeah, no, I know I believe it. And inside I knew I was lying to myself. No, I couldn't see him being that way. That was a problem. That was a problem. That had to change. Why couldn't I see it? Because I still didn't think I was worth it. Because I had never really felt like I could be someone's number one. Because I still had beliefs that everybody's out for something. Everybody's out for something. There's got to be a reason why you would want to choose me. It can't just be for me. It can't just be because you just love me. No. What are you getting out of this? I had some shitty beliefs that I was pretending didn't exist, but I always knew they were there. That the way I'm describing that, I'm pretending they don't exist. It wasn't because I didn't secretly know they were there. I was brushing them aside and denying them. A lot of us do that. What do you really believe about you? What do you really believe about him? And then once you've really gotten to the heart of that, you start making a decision every day with absolute conviction that you refuse to be the you who believes that bullshit, the limited beliefs I'm referring to. With conviction. I'm telling you, there is power behind that conviction. It's powerful. For you science lovers, I believe Dr. Joe Dispenza also says that, and he says that begins the rewiring of the brain. Conviction. It's that emotion behind it. Make a decision. Okay? It's so important. Listen, I could waste your fucking time and make surface level content. Manifest in, 3 days or less. Manifest in 24 hours. Manifest SP being obsessed with you. And then give you SP affirmations. But that's fucking lying to you. Honestly. It's lying to you. I don't mean that you can't manifest overnight, instantly, in 3 days or less. Of course you can. We can manifest outrageously fast. We can manifest instantly. When I finally stood in some conviction, mine was less than 24 hours. I know we can do that. That's not what I mean. I'm saying I could just feed you surface level bullshit, like most of the content out there. But the truth is, it's not about an SP affirmation. It's about what you believe about yourself, truthfully. You change that, you'll change your entire existence. I'm talking from personal experience. I'm talking from the experience of people listening to me in coaching, and they're living their best lives. It's all about self. Nothing else out here matters. I'm telling you. It doesn't matter what your SP's doing. It doesn't matter how he's showing up. If you put all the energy in only affirming for your specific person and you never rectify what you really believe about yourself, you will do nothing but have hot and cold or nothing at all. You want real change? You want your full manifestations? You want to actually be loved by your person and have them never even consider leaving you ever again? What do you really believe about yourself? Truthfully believe about yourself. What do you really believe about them and what's possible for them? Change your beliefs. You change you. You change this. And it don't take long if you take it fucking serious. Okay? That's right, Layla. Imagination is creation. Damn right. Roblox. I'm glad you're here then. Limitless Queen, you sent me more stuff. Good Lord, you don't have to send me anything. I have more friggin' stuff. You have spoiled the shit out of me. So many of you on here spoil me. Thank you so much. Yes, we are one consciousness. Damn right. I manifest that, wait, what? I manifest that my SP loves me like Rip loves Beth and Yellowstone. Now that's hot. That is hot. He's hot. That's love. Oh, that's love. All right. On that note, I do have to go. Events are happening downstairs that I need to get to. So, Kim, would you ever do merch? I need to sport some HBI. Yes, I have some, but I just haven't made it live yet. But I intend to. Yes. I love all of you guys. Listen, I meant what I fucking said. I hope you listen to me today. Who are you? What do you really believe about yourself? And you decide right now as we're live here together, you are choosing with conviction to be the you that is living the life you really want. You're that person now. You have shed your limited beliefs. You are new self now. I'm telling you, it won't fail you. It won't be a waste of your time. It will change your life. But only you can do it. Only you can really choose it and mean it. And detach from that 3D. Detach from it. All detachment means is we don't let what's happening out here tell us that we are not new self. If we've got unfavorable circumstances, that's the manifestation of old self, but it's still somehow, some way, a part of the unfolding of you getting exactly what you want. That's all it is. Nothing to worry about. SP showed up like a twat today. Okay, manifestation of the old me. That's not how you'll be showing up for me now, though. Not as I'm being new self. No. New self rules. Right? So 2024 can be better than before. Okay? All right. On that note, happy fucking New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's. Let's claim that this is our year. This is the year everything happens for you. Everything happens this year. I don't mean in December of 2024. I mean now. January 2024 or February, March, April, May, June, whatever. It's 2024 belongs to us. I'm telling you, that mindset of, I know things are changing. I know my life's about to get great. I know it is. I feel it. I feel like something amazing is happening for me. You start thinking that way and talking to yourself that way, you're going to fucking have the experience. Your new self. Refuse with conviction to get tangled up in the literal logical horse shit of 3D. Claim with conviction that you are your new self now. Okay? And mean it. Refuse to accept less. And watch. Watch what happens. All right? All right. So I love you all. I'll see you all next year. No, I'll see you all tomorrow. Be good tonight. Be safe tonight. All right? It's a Sunday. Be safe. Party at home. Okay? Party at home.